Dr. Rogers brought this upon himself, and he will deal with these consequences for a long time.
A medical doctor is now a registered sex offender, all because of what happened in the exam room. Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Dan Klein. Dr. Stephen Rogers learns his fate from a White County judge. The doctor had pled guilty to a charge of sexual battery on a female patient. The most important evidence, undercover video and audio from the victim. Doctor, anything you want to tell your victim? Dr. Stephen Rogers walks silently as he gets into the White County Sheriff's vehicle. Minutes earlier, a judge accepted a plea agreement on a sexual battery felony. In April, undercover video caught Rogers pulling a patient into his lap and talking about the shirt she was wearing.
To think that a doctor would take that trusting relationship and turn it into a situation that ultimately resulted in criminal activity is really hard to imagine.
It all happened inside the Monticello Medical Center where the 38-year-old doctor was working at the time. The plea agreement gives Rogers 6 months of jail time, 6 months of home detention, and an additional year of probation. He will also register as a sex offender for the next 10 years. Prosecutors say the victim is a Medicaid patient who was assigned Dr. Rogers. In other words, a woman who didn't have a choice.
There was some indication that there were other victims out there. Those matters were explored thoroughly, and none of those allegations rose to the level of filing criminal charges.
Inside the courtroom, a tearful Rogers addressed the judge, saying April 8th was the worst day of his life, and the pain he has caused the victim, his family, and friends has been devastating. Rogers is married with 4 children and has degrees in both medicine and engineering. He told the judge the repercussions will last forever. His attorney asked for a reduced sentence, but the judge denied it. Bob Guy says the agreement is appropriate for someone who has acknowledged guilt, shown remorse, and has no criminal history.
It's a very tragic day for the Rogers family, but there's got to be consequences when you violate doctor-patient trust the way he did.
Bob Guy says it's possible that additional charges could be filed if more victims come forward. As it is, the medical license of Stephen Rogers has been suspended indefinitely. A hearing was supposed to take place this week in front of the state licensing board, which has the power to revoke it, but that hearing has been pushed back until December.